Who's been to a big conference? Big conferences, yeah. It's pretty overwhelming, so it's important that we have a game plan there. Bring your very cool card, ask engaging questions. So what would be a game plan for a conference? Pick 5 companies. 5 companies that you would want to work for. So if you're in environmental geoscience or you're in hydrology, you pick 5 companies that are relevant to your geoscience interest. Do research on those companies. Ask engaging questions. Come away with 20 contacts. That's your game plan. So let's look at these engaging questions. So you go onto CDAR, which is a website that has every publicly traded company. You pick your 5 companies, and you go and you look at the 43101 reports or the AIF, Annual Information Form reports. Everything you want to know about the company. It's better than the websites because the websites are pretty general. These reports are very specific. So what would that look like? So let's pick a company. Teck Resources, very big Canadian company. Here's a fact. In their Highland Valley deposit, faults and fractures in the deposit comprise 4 main sets, right out of a 43101 report. Question that you would say to a company representative at a conference, at your Highland Valley deposit, how are the 4 main sets of fractures distinguished? That's it, right? Nothing big about this. It's just all you're doing is asking something that you know the answer to. That's all. Game plan, card, ask engaging questions. Shall we go to the conference? Let's go to the conference. So let's pick a conference. GSA is going to be in Baltimore. So they're going to have companies there with booths. You've picked your 5 companies. I'm just going to take a minute and I'm going to be you. So you'll notice that most of these companies, they've got rock samples, especially if they're mining companies. So I'm you. I might take one of these devices with me. It's a little geeky, so I'll maybe put that in my pocket. So here I am. I've got my program. I've got my 5 companies. I've picked Imperial Metals, which I happen to have worked for 26 years. And so I've got my program, and I am by myself. Right? All of your buddies are off on different aisles. And I'm looking around. Let's see. It's aisle 300. Here we are. So here you are. You're at the booth. So it doesn't look like this. There's usually 20 or 30 people there. So you've got your game plan. You've got your engaging questions. Who do I ask? Okay. Here we are. Here's the rock sample. So picture this up there. So here you are. You're looking and you're thinking, well, I don't know who to ask, so I need to attract somebody to me. So pick up the rock sample, kind of looking at it. I have no idea what you're looking at. Not much going on. Feeling a little awkward, maybe. Put the rock down. Maybe even put the hand lens away. Then you start walking away, and then you go, you know what? I got to do this, right? I've got my engaging questions. Pick up the rock sample again, maybe. Another look. Still have no idea what you're looking at. And then all of a sudden, it's like fishing, right? You keep casting, right? So you're here. Somebody's going to ask you. Finally, the magic words, right? Somebody says, "Can I help you?" You look up and say, "It's showtime." You don't say that out loud, actually. Okay? But this is your opportunity to ask engaging questions. So the first thing is you need to get in front of the right audience. If it's an HR person, wrong audience, right? Because they're not going to understand what you're going to say next. So your question to a geoscientist at the booth I've done some research on your red crust deposit. You put down your very cool card, right? So they recognize that you're a student from a university, of course. And you say, can you tell me what the impact of the argillic overprint is on the relationship between chalcopyrite and bornite in the E zone? Okay, you have no idea what you're talking about. Doesn't matter. It's a fact. Right out of the 43-101 report, your next goal is to not glaze over. You listen, right? And you get excited. You show passion. And then the process ends with you saying, thank you for taking the time to answer my question. See, you're not being a typical student, right? You're being a purple cow, right? You're showing an interest in others. Is everybody getting this? Okay. So then you exchange cards. Now you've got their card. Step one. Step two is you say, is it all right if I email you? Because I'm probably going to have another question. What are they going to say? No. They're going to say, absolutely. Then you go back and do some more research, and you get another question going. Okay? Conferences.